by 2030, machines will be doing roughly 1/3 of all work hours, 100 million jobs into automation blast zone. Percent of jobs in advanced economies are exposed. It has a scheduled collapse. Everyone is saying now AI job loss is coming, but nobody can put when, who, and any details on it. So in this episode of Control Loop, we're going to try to put some dates on it. So what's the truth, Parth?
Yeah, absolutely, Daria. I think I'll stick to numbers. So yeah, the map is there, Daria. There are three anchors. 300 million full-time jobs are in the automation splash zone. This is as per Goldman Sachs. 40% of the jobs globally and 60% in the advanced economies are exposed. That has been said by IMF. So basically, what it's saying is that the shock hits rich and white collar markets first. The third is OpenAI's exposure study, which says that 80% of the workers will see more than 10% of their task affected, and 19% will see more than 50% of their task affected. Now, these reports are so by now with the advancements in the AI, I'm sure these percentages have improved much better.
Okay, those numbers are staggering, but like, what about a calendar? Can you walk me like year by year from now to like 2030?
Yeah, Daria, I think the year by year walk is something which will come as a shock to many people, but I have tried to do my best. This is completely unbiased at my side. It's all coming and build upon the information that we have from the external sources. So I will give you year by year, and so let's jump in to the first year, which is 2026. Call centers and clerical back office admins, we already measured the productivity hook and the shock that giving agents and AI copilot has boosted up the performance at a level of 14% on an average and 30% for the beginner, 34% basically on the beginners in the real company settings. So that means the fewer people per ticket would be involved. Employers themselves say that the fastest decline rolls through the late 2020s are data entry clerks, secretaries, admins, bookkeeping, and payroll. So that's their forecast, not mine. A caveat: 42% of the large enterprises are reportedly are using AI, which is they already have the AI in production. So this is in implementation and not just theory. Yeah, 2026 is going to be about a desk job recession, support and clerical headcount thins, and this has been proved by multiple points taken from the external markets.
Okay, so then call centers and data entry clears out. Who's next? 2027.
27, good year. But not for the operational teams and basically the sales and marketing team. So accounting, bookkeeping, payroll clerks, and sales and marketing ops. The Gartner lines of the site by 2020 that AI agent augments or automates 50% of the business decisions. And when half of your routine decisions are machine orchestrated, you need fewer coordinates and fewer manual report builders. So expect managerial flattening. So in short, 2027 ops squeeze and managers cull, and AI handles half of your routine decision making. So that's a where we are estimating that decision making will take a bigger place in the AI. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Some time back, I wouldn't have bet that managers would be one of the first to go, but let's actually see what's going to happen there. But you're right. If it's mostly like knowledge working and not very sophisticated, it's probably out very, very soon. Okay, then let's move farther ahead, 2028.
2028, we see a forward shift into, as more and more intelligent work gets converted into AI work task force. And paralegal contract review, HR screening, document heavy, pattern heavy, perfect for LLMs under the mature governance. With LLM, the governance is also critical in these lines. We assume that today, although the LLMs are much better at the pattern recognition, but governance is somewhere not there. So for most of these actions, governance is also needs to pick up. And once governance is combined with these LLMs, then I think these guys will be the first. So on the tech side, entry level software roles, they just vanish. And seniors and co-pilots do much more jobs in a controlled trial. We have already seen that the devs with GitHub Copilot finished coding task 50% faster than the control group. So that cascades to the hiring plans as well. In short, 2028 paper heavy work declines, junior coding role compresses, and the task runs 55% faster with AI.
Well, I guess we're already seeing even software engineering jobs trying to be like impossible to find at the junior level. So that's kind of expected. Okay, but when we started, working many years ago on robotics and AI, the hope was that it would actually replace hard physical jobs like mines and warehouses. When can we expect something like that?
Yeah, so this is interesting, and this is, I think, which is the least talked about points, least talked about, I would say, segment of the workforce. And there are reasons that people, still think that robots cannot do much more things. But I have certain points to clarify on that. So warehousing, sortation, and picking. Amazon says robot now play a role in completing 75% of the customer orders. And in June 2025, they announced the deployment of around, I think, 1 million robots, plus a foundation model to orchestrate that fleet, so that the template is set basically. And once they do it, it's going to be replicated by the other firms in the same space. Truck unloading. Traditionally, automation has been resistant in this space and was failing too. But DHL is rolling out, Boston Dynamics stretch with up to 700, cases per hour. So which is nearly 2x as a human unload, as per the field reports. So this is the headcount per cubic meter going down that you're seeing. And 2029, I would say robotic warehouses, robot touch most orders, and unloaders hit 700 cases per hour. So yeah, the things are moving into the direction of physical labor as well.
Yeah, but I imagine that there is like a big amount of like lower hanging fruit that can be automated that's going to be automated like very, very quickly. And the number of like jobs and job hours that are being replaced by AI at first gonna start growing. But I imagine that it would hit some sort of ceiling on the AI capability in the next couple of years. Do we have any idea on the projection, like what that plateau of automation could look like?
I mean, what I see as is from by 2030, the mainstream scenarios shows that 30% of the hours in the US economy is automated, accelerated by basically Gen AI, and that's your steady state for some time. And basically the end of this layoff super cycle, as we are again, caveat, we are not saying that this is coming from the reports, but this layoff super cycle is will kind of plateau around 2030. What it does it mean is that the clerical admin collapses completely. The entry level white collar is zero or negligible. Ops completely vanishes. Warehousing and logical, basically logistics, gets completely automated. In short, 2030 is one third of the work hours done by the machines.
Wow. Yeah, but who are other experts in the field and in the industry who are also ringing like these bells and trying to get people's attention and government attention to like this matters?
Yeah, I mean, these are the I think Dario, who's the Anthropic CEO, he has warned up to 50% of the entry level white collar jobs could disappear in 1 to 5 years, and unemployment could spike to 10 to 20%, and that's on record. Has he has been this has been repeated at multiple major outlets, so this is not something very very hidden. Goldman Sachs economic team has given the report that 300 million jobs are exposed to AI, and the caution that the adoption of the speed affects unemployment during the transition period, which is again from 2026 to 2030. Also has declared that there is a 60% exposure in the advanced economies, meaning that the first real labor shock lands in where most white collar jobs are. That is, the jobs that the people we know, your friends, my friends, mostly those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it looks like a lot of people are starting to wake up to the impending future. But for people who are just like casually listening to us, could you paint a like more practical picture of like what happens tomorrow and what it's gonna like look like for people?
Sure, Daria. I think this is. I'll quickly wrap up in 4 points. So the entry funnel titans, that is the support, admins, and ops. So that's exactly where the employer surveys the flag the steepest declines. And you can imagine that the entry level jobs are completely declining and vanishing over the period. So that is something. If you are in that jobs of process plus paperwork, I think the risk is maximum there. Then the second point would be smaller teams are able to ship more, and this is because we have already seen that Copilot, allows you to do 55% faster the same task the other guy is doing. So, I mean, you would require lesser intelligent workers or software workers in that space. And pilot robots, moving on to the physical world, is spread beyond big tech, and with you know Amazon's public numbers and DHL's unload rates, the regional other companies would be following suit there. Side firms and decision make a machine assist. Gartner basically has called this out, is that 50% of the business decisions are either augmented or automated. While we are discussing this, I would like to stress is that augmentation is one thing. It will pretty soon die out within 2026. Automation is something that will create a wave of layoffs in this super cycle, and that's by 2027. I think the machine assisted decision making will uh, take a lot of people.
Yes, we should also come with the assumption that apart from all these aforementioned jobs, none of the jobs is really safe. And so it is now a fact that AI is taking jobs and is going to be taking jobs from more and more people. And there have been few solutions proposed to what are we going to do with all these people who don't have a job anymore and all these people who are going to graduate college and are not going to have a job anymore. And we have discussed one of them, like UBI, universal basic income, in one of the previous episodes. But what else can be a plan, and why EternaX? What does EternaX propose as a plan for people?
Yeah, I mean, EternaX is pretty simple as a plan. If we put it out, so EternaX is the first platform that gives people ownership of the AI itself. AI is the earning agents of tomorrow, and we provide you the AI ownership of tomorrow. So the actual ownership of the AI workers is what we are providing you, which is called AI agents. So the multiple steps, I can just give you 3 steps in why these things are relevant. The first step is prediction agents, which are live now. Pretty soon, people who have joined the wait list will get and see the action there, and they'll be able to participate in that. So the first AI workers are already here. That are prediction agents, prediction market agents. They run 24/7 in the global prediction markets, placing trades, arbitraging probabilities, and earning rewards. You don't have to sit all day and think about what is happening. Your agent does the work. All you need to do is park your funds, and the prediction agent executes on your behalf. Now, second, agentic worlds, which is the DeFi strategies. So, beyond the prediction agents, we are not stopping it just at the prediction agents. Agents graduate into running DeFi strategies, which is inside agentic worlds. And you can deposit funds into the world, you can select a strategy, and even design your own. So, the agents handle the heavy lifting, trading, arbitraging, and yield farming, all with the policy guardrails and on chain audit trails. The third is you own the flows. The key breakthrough: when you own the agent, you own the income flows it generates. Instead of being replaced by AI, you co own the intelligence and captures its output. Early agents are scarce, like any other new markets. I would encourage that the early adopters get the richest rewards, and as adoption scales and the yield naturally kind of dilutes. So I would always encourage people to please join the wait list that we have so that you can get the complete access and the first access to our wave of agents and the income streams that come with them. So yeah, Daria, that's why you should act early, own early agents, and capture the highest flows on EternaX.
Yeah, well, this has been a very informationally productive discussion. So I guess let's give a little recap. So we have established that by 2030, machines will be doing roughly one-third of all work hours. Goldman Sachs also puts 300 million jobs into automation blast zone. The IMF says 60% of jobs in advanced economies are exposed. These are not just abstracts. It is a scheduled collapse of clerical operations, junior development, warehouse roles, and it begins now and it compounds every year after. So why does this matter? Those incomes, they do not vanish. They migrate to AI workers. With EternaX, you do not just watch that income migrate. You own the workers, so you're still part of it. It's the first platform where everyday people can own pieces of intelligence that run real economic activity and do real value, real income. Why you have to join the waitlist now? To get the priority access to the first generation of prediction agents that I'll be launching very, very soon, to get early slots in agentic vaults before they saturate, and to get, well, early adopter advantage, peak rewards early, and then they would dilute later on as more people join. EternaX joining early also gives you flexibility to fund or build. You can just park your capital or design strategies, design new models for agents, and capture the flows of their activity. And EternaX isn't about just like pep talks or retraining. It's the rails to own AI workers. Prediction agents today defy strategy agents tomorrow and fully autonomous intelligence soon. If AI is going to replace your hours, make sure it does not replace your paycheck. Join the waitlist of EternaX. Now you own the AI and you own the future. See you in the next episodes of The Control Loop.
Thank you.